Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is PMS, Subject Social Studies, Grade 7, Lecture number 56. Chapter number 16, The Road to Independence. Today we will discuss page number 75 and 76. So open your book, page number 75. Introduction. In the previous chapter, you have learned about the two major reforms, 1861 and 1892, in the struggle for freedom. Why is the Indian Consuls Act 1861 regarded as the first real step towards independence? Because it allowed some Indians to be on the Viceroy's Legislative Council through nomination. Which reform was the next great step towards independence? Morley Minto reforms of 1909. What is the importance of the First World War 1914 to 18? Why did the British Prime Minister promise self-government? The First World War took place from 1914 to 18. Indian troops played a large part in the fighting, especially in Mesopotamia, present-day Iraq, where the Muslim soldiers were fighting against the fellow Muslim Turks. Indian soldiers, including Muslims, suffering terrible casualties and very brutal treatment at the hands of the Turkish army. To reward them, the British Prime Minister Lloyd George promised India full self-government after the war, but he did not say when. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, now the leading Muslim figure and already a member of the Indian Legislative Council, joined the Muslim League in 1913. He became its president 3 years later. He was a strong supporter of a united subcontinent and tried to get the Indian National Congress and Muslim League to work together towards this end. At Lucknow in 1916, he reached an agreement with the Congress to cooperate with separate electorates for Muslims and Hindus in all future governments of a united India. At this time, Gandhi, who was to dominate Indian politics until partition, came to lead the Hindus. The Montagu-Chelmsford reforms. Lord Chelmsford was the Viceroy of India and Lord Montagu was the Secretary of State for India. The Montagu-Chelmsford reforms 1921 were the third major step towards independence. The salient features are: a central assembly was to be set up for India with 144 members, of whom 103 were to be elected by the people. The assembly could make laws, but the viceroy could, sir, under circum, but the viceroy could, under certain circumstances, veto them. What is veto? This is a constitutional right to reject a decision or proposal by a lawmaking body. All provinces would have mainly elected assemblies to run health, local governments, agriculture, education, and transport, defense, foreign affairs, police, and the budget were still to be responsibility of the viceroy and his council. There were to be two or three Indian members of viceroy's close inner cabinet. Congress rejected these proposals and the future battle lines seemed to be drawn up. The moderate Hindu leader Gokhale, who wanted to work with the Muslims, had died earlier. The extremist Tilak, who demanded total Hindu supremacy, was the next leader. On the Congress side were Gandhi, Nehru, and Tilak, and on the Muslim side, Muhammad Ali Jinnah and Sir Muhammad Iqbal. Mr. Jinnah still hoped for the two sides to work together and pleaded at a conference in 1929 for them to unite. But the Congress rejected this, wanting complete power for the Hindus. Note your homework. Do reading of page 75 and 76.